Blessed love, I am the Honorable Priest Isaac. I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of archaeoastronomy from Politecnico di Milano in Italy. Our universe and its makeup has always been an intriguing subject for humankind. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomy is similar, but pays special attention to the physical and spiritual values of stars, planets, moons, and other celestial objects. It also brings in the terrestrial component, being things on an earthly plane, such as plants, human organs, and connects them to the heavenly bodies. In this course, you will learn the makeup of various planets and stars, how to locate them in the night sky, along with their associated constellations. You will also be taught about the earliest civilizations known for their astronomical comprehension, namely Kush, also known as ancient Ethiopia, Kemet, called Egypt today, the Dogons, and the Bozos, as well as the civilization of Sumer. You will also learn about black holes, their nature and origin, as well as how the ancients viewed them. Ancient astronomy is the mother of archaeoastronomy and astrotheology. Both subject areas are covered by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Sign up today. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, for more information. Blessed love, royal family, give thanks. It is a joy once again as we glorify the Mawe Haile Selassie. Honorable Priest Isaac with you, welcoming everyone into the nest, the Tiger's Nest. This is the Tiger's Temple, priestisaacinstitute.com. Of course, the link is in the description below for more information and more energy frequency and more vibration. Let me say, first of all, thank you to each and everyone who has been commenting and showing full love and appreciation for the ancient astronomy course that you just saw a moment ago adverted to you. And definitely it is an in-depth course, definitely going into the whole aspect of not just astronomy, but ancient astronomy as it relates to the history of understanding the heavens. And that will be a very important aspect of our discussion, our reasoning here today, as we're going to be speaking of a concept that ones have been highlighting and ones have been hoping that we touch upon. And I decided that we should touch upon it this evening. This whole concept of Africa being upside down, or the world in general, planet Earth being upside down. So in other words, north is down and south is up, and not north is up and south is down. And I have an interesting concept about that, that even within quote unquote space, there's no real up and down, In fact, that concept really develops on a plane where we are within the atmosphere that we live in. But I'm going to go more into astronomy as it deals with that. My concept is that north is up, from an ancient astronomical point of view. And yes, my concept is that south is down if we're going to apply up and down to the directions. And I will get into it. As you know, we are in what is known as the winter solstice, but it's not really winter everywhere. It's not winter where I am for sure, but it's the resurrection solstice. That is what I more prefer to refer to it as. And again, even that will go into the depths of if planet Earth and Africa in general is upside down or not. And I would like to share with you, royal family, I'm sure many of you will be happy to know that previous evening we had a wonderful session. We officially launched this season's edition, the brand new edition of the magazine, Kidemi. Oh, yes, the brand new issue of Kidemi definitely officially launched, and it will be released in 7 days' time. But I can give you a quick preview, which I will give you a quick preview because many ones have been, of course, anticipating the upcoming, edition of Kidemi. And of course, I will just make sure that you get a good look at it right about now. So family, give thanks for all of those who are with us. As you can see, it is highlighting Green Castle Hill. That's the media, of course. Give thanks for the whole team creating such a beautiful cover highlighting the whole aspect of Green Castle Hill. In a few hours, I will be on Green Castle Hill. Don't worry, I will return with the videos for you, and we may even go so-called live. We're always live. I mean, if you're not live, you're dead. So we are always live. I don't care if you're watching it on a recording, rerun, whatever. It's live for sure. But this is just a preview of the upcoming edition that will be out in several days, but we had what you would call the soft launching previous evening. This is for the solstice, the resurrection solstice, what is referred to as the winter solstice. This is Mount Anu, where the stars meet the stone. We're talking about the Stonehenge of the Caribbean. So basically, this edition really goes into the campaign that we launched right here that many of you would remember. I'm talking about preserving Green Castle Hill, saving Mount Anu. And of course, we have many different individuals who would have become our clients as it relates to the magazine, who are definitely advertising with us. We have even the home and garden people here in Antigua. And of course, we also have Falmouth Harbor Marina, right here in Antigua as well, Mr. Robert Reese and his good people. So a lot of good business also taking place on this front as well, to the point, of course, you could remember the previous issue, the whole team again on top of this. So it's a beautiful sit down, royal family, when you get the opportunity to even go through the magazine. I know many of you are actually delighted to see this. What you're seeing, this specifically here, you're looking at is the certificate that we received for our documentary, Anu, the Ancient City. Remember, we were finalists in the South Africa Tourism Film Festival, as well as the film festival. I think it was in Venice, in Italy, Venice or Rome. I think it's Venice. And definitely that is the documentary that's featured right here as it was featured in the previous magazine. We did a wonderful article on Where the Stars Meet the Stones. Brother Ewart Isaac also did an article showing his perspective on Green Castle Hill as well. He grew up around the hill. So many different articles and different individuals who would have advertised with us. But I will definitely take the time to go through the magazine with you, my wonderful family, at a later date. Of course, I would like to even go straight into the topic, but I know many of you are saying, but we can't read it right away. Oh, we did a beautiful feature on the Honorable Priest Kailash Leont, and of course the Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center, and the many different aspects to the magazine. But as I said, at another date, we will go deeper into that. Oh, this is an interview we did with Professor Dr. Marshall Emmanuel. As you can see, there's so much, and you're not even halfway through. So just to show you, royal family, as we have always encouraged our brothers and sisters, this is not just about, who have the most knowledge and all of that. I noticed that the field is becoming a lot of that and a lot of debate. No, this is about the redemption of our people. The knowledge stuff is to wake people up so they could remember who they are. I mean, a little debate is good, eh? Don't get me wrong, because it brings the truth out. It shakes off the loose feathers, but when we reach to a point that we forget that this is about our people's salvation and redemption. Now, I'm telling you, believe me, because that is my heart. This is what started this, and this is what fuels this. Nothing else. It is the redemption of our people, the same thing King Emmanuel talk about. And this is why you hear us talk about setting big goals. We can't just be sitting down and talking about, yeah, man, we need to do this and we need to do that. I know some of you say, hey, let's get to the subject. We want to know if the earth upside down. I know that's more important than the redemption of our people. I know if the world is upside down and if Africa is upside down is more important than if the elders are taken care of. Yeah. That knowing if Africa is upside down, I know that will help the young ones to be fed, And I'm not trying to be smirky, knowledge is very important. If Africa is upside down, we should know. That's why we're going into it, but we tend to put a lot more energy. That's my point. Into these kind of debate now. Debate is the scene. You just say debate and everybody flock in. They would even pay. But say, yeah, man, the redemption of our people, and especially amongst us, But anyway, I really digressed there a moment ago. So anyway, family, we're going to set a date where we will sit, in fact, in a few, when we officially release the magazine, so you could get a better understanding of what we have in store there. Beautiful. All right. But let me also say, though, of course, for those of you who are like-minded, and when it comes to the economy, when it comes to our understanding of who we are as a people, as I said, we are also advertising. You would have noticed we had some beautiful people that are advertising with us. So those of you who would have missed the opportunity to advertise with us for this edition, which this edition is the solstice edition for December. The next edition is coming out in June. That will be the solstice, the summer solstice, as they refer to it as. But we have a special offer that we launched last night, previous night, at the soft launching for the magazine. We had those of you who saw it when it was live, so you heard the offers that we gave. We are going to give a 75% off. Listen to this, on all adverts until the 25th day of December. So you notice we had spread ads, we had a full page, half page, we had quarter pages ad. So that is the standard. And of course, special features. So whatever it is that we offer, whatever it is that we offer, remember, we even create your own magazine for you. But as it relates to Kidemi, the magazine coming up, whatever it is that we offer, you are going to get 75% off as it relates to all these adverts until the 25th day of December. And then you get 50% off until the end of the year. And as you can obviously see, internationally renowned at the moment, you could see even the type of people that are even advertising with us. Of course, as I said, and I didn't even go through the fullness, but just give me a few more days. And those of us who, like such as Kidemi the magazine, we will sit down and spend an hour with it, and you could get a better understanding of where that is going. But hey, let me say, very, very appreciative of all the support, give thanks within this community. There are many that are like-minded. There are those of you who understand that this ain't no joke, and I'm very thankful for that. When it comes to, again, the edification of our people, the edification is just one step. It's always going to be there, but it's a very important step. I would agree we haven't done it nearly enough. I haven't done nearly enough, and we as a people, not even close. So it's not as if we should move on now, but we should move on now while we continue to edify. But trust me, man, nation building is now. Not national debate, nation building is now. But anyway, let's get to what we're talking about here again. If Africa is upside down. Now, really now, family, what I would like to say is that in all respect too, because we don't want to make it into an argument, although it's just me speaking to you, but at the same time, ones would still react, whether it's in chat or whether it's in comment. And I find sometimes we are extremely overheated over these simple things. But the understanding of it, from my humble perspective, is that we all know that Ethiopia is the high region, the highlands of Ethiopia. And the River Nile flows out of Lake Tana and flows down, literally down now, not north or south, we're talking down, like it's going down. You get me? You're right. Into Sudan and into Egypt. In fact, even the White Nile coming from Uganda and those areas there, Tanzania and, the other place there, Kenya, although may not be the high region like Ethiopia, but high enough that it's coming down. You get it? Into the same region, going into Sudan, where it actually meets the Blue Nile. The White Nile meets the Blue Nile. And then they flow down. Down they go in into Egypt, Kemet, and then into the Mediterranean Sea. Beautiful stuff, man. So whatever mind frame we have, somehow someone came up with the philosophy that, well, man, the fact that the River Nile flows down out of Ethiopia into Egypt, that means north is down and south is up. The world is upside down. They've been fooling us for so long. And then a whole sort of kind of religious outlook is formed by this. Now, again, I don't want to sound disrespectful because I myself, I would have listened to Grandmaster M. Fudishi speak on this subject here. And he spoke in that same term as most ones. In fact, almost every individual that speaks of this, that's like the main point, that the river flows down into Egypt. out of the highlands of Ethiopia. But Brother Enfudishi, he went into the whole aspect of the language, the ancient language. I think it was of the Twa, and I cannot directly put my finger on it. But the point that he made resonated with me. I would tell you that for sure. And it was that he was utilizing the language to prove his point then. He would have to come and re-articulate it to you. But believe me, it resonated with me. That's Brother Enfidishi. I said, okay, that's a good point. And it was straight up, as I said, I'm not here to play around, it's just reality. But yet still, I mean, I could weigh his good point and weigh that point about the river flowing down and weigh the points that I'm going to give you right now. And I'm telling you, I still have to stick with my points. So again, this is the concept that this is how it should look, because in this fashion here, talking about Africa, as we know it today, when we look on a map, it is technically upside down. All right, very good. Now, when we began the program, as we were speaking, you were observing the the temple of Dendara, and this is in ancient Kemet. Now, Dendara is the place where you have what is known as the house or the temple of Hathor, the temple of Het Heru. And Hathor is known to be the goddess related to the cow. Now, what we have is on the walls or on the ceiling, walls and ceiling, you have the first rendition of anciency, properly highlighted, obviously, of the zodiac belt, of the constellations of the heavens, of specific star system. And all of this can be seen. So you see the Leo constellation literally in the order of the zodiac. And this is to prove that the concept of the zodiac now is a very ancient thing. So when you have the Virgo, Virgin, and then you have the scales, which is Ma'at, and then after that you have the Scorpion, the Scorpio, it's right here on the temple of Hathor. And then after you have the Archer, and then after you have, Capricorn, and you go on and on and on. All of the constellations are literally there. And we're speaking almost 4,000 years BC, maybe 6,000 years ago. Remember, contemporary dating has been proven to be very flawed in many ways in this recent time. So a lot of these places, temples, pyramids, structures, what have you, are actually older than, than we have been told by Flinders Petrie and Faulkner and Gardner and these Egyptologists and early so-called researchers that really were more tomb robbers, really. So my point is that the heavens really declares the glory, and I would believe that most of the audience could really comprehend this. The heavens really declare the glory. And it's one thing I'm going to say here, not to be biased at all as an astronomer, but when you study the constellations, I will tell you that there's certain constellations that you look at it and you say that does that really look like what they say it is? And what is it? Sometimes it's very faint, or maybe sometimes it's just doesn't look like what they say it does look like. But there's some specific constellations that just stand out. The Orion constellation for sure. The Leo constellation for sure. I mean, when you see these constellations on a beautifully dark night, it's like you're seeing the lion walking, everything. Even Taurus, Scorpio, one of the easier constellations to see. Even Virgo, maybe not the form of maybe what you may think the woman form, because especially the head part, how it's designed. But hey, that's Virgo, the woman there, I'm telling you. And they have the Southern Cross, without a doubt. One of the most outstanding of those constellations. So you do have Gemini, even Gemini. As I'm speaking, I'm thinking, so there's a little bit of excitement here. Even the constellation of Gemini, for those who know the constellations and understand them at their time frame, and especially when it's a dark night, Gemini is obviously looking at a man holding his wife's hand. And a few other constellations are like that. Kepler, it may not look exactly like what it's said to be, and a few others, but it's enough in my book to prove that there is a intelligent design. If AI can be so intelligent, there is an intelligent design in nature. You don't have to be religious and believe in nobody and all of that. There is an intelligent design in nature that pin these stars in their zone. And they're not pinned on no roof, but put them in their perspective. So from where we are, this is the thing about this whole heavenly show that we observe. It all has to do with where we are, our position. Whatever shape the earth is, and whether it's upside down or not, all of what we see, the formations that we observe. And if you don't see the formations, but at least the timing of the sun, like today is the solstice, the sun is at its most southern point. The sun actually will appear for 3 days as if it's not moving at all. Today is day 2 of that. Yeah, you can't change that. And that has to do with where we are. You understand? This is our position in the galaxy. Yeah. And remember, it's the earth revolving and rotating and, of course, going around the sun. So it just appears as if the sun stands still. It appears as if the sun is at its most southern point. And this is why the ancient astronomy course is very, very important, family. Again, give thanks for all who would have enrolled into that course, those who would have already received their certificate. That's a good gift, royal family, if you want to give a gift. I know everybody here conscious and they bunning Santa Claus, but you can't fool me. You're gonna spend some money on the other ones that, we're gonna, the little ones, boy, I tell them all the time, I don't believe in this, no, but you have to buy. Yeah, I know that. Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. If you want to spend some good dollars, you need to invest in good education, and not just education that the young ones would love. In fact, the ancient astronomy course was really designed even for the adult mind, but it's very entertaining, it's very graphic, it's very grapping, and of course, it's edifying at the same time. And when you're done, you get your certificate. And of course, the course ain't super long. It's not years. It can be completed in 2 months, especially if you are on it. Trust me, it is the best gift that you can give. That's the ancient astronomy course. So all of what I'm saying here, all the little ones that have gone through our ancient astronomy course, they have a good understanding of what, Uncle Preciser is even expressing here. Beautiful. But now, so without trying to prove to anyone that constellations are real, without trying to prove that the what you see in the heavens, 88 of them, by the way, just like they slew Prince Class and 87 of his brethren that was going to take over the land. Prince Class, also known as King Court. We spoke about that in the magazine, but we will get to that. Yeah, so there are 88 constellations in the heavens, and we would have done much programs on that. All right. Do you know that the 21st day of December, why I prefer not to refer to it as the winter solstice? I still use the term, but in reality, we are dealing with the resurrection solstice. The resurrection solstice, what is that about? You see, as I said, and most ones would agree with me, you know, the Garifuna people in Honduras and St. Vincent and some of them places, they will agree with me because this is their new year. Today is a new year. This is the day the sun is rising again. This season is a new year, a new season. The 21st of December, the 22nd of December, the 23rd of December. Beautiful time, the man. The sun going into, Sagittarius. Mm-hmm. The sun right now aligned, not perfectly, but aligned annually. It's annual alignment, not as aligned in 2012, as in 2012, I should say, but aligned with the black hole, aligned with the center of the galaxy, which is the Milky Way galaxy, the sun and the earth and the center of the Milky Way galaxy. It's aligned right now, not a perfect alignment, but the annual alignment that it does. That's really ancient astronomy and modern astronomy there for you. So it's a new year in ancient South Africa, and people flock into the Adam's calendar, as it's called. You know, it signifies the beginning. It signals the new year, the solstice. It's not winter in South Africa, so it can't be no winter solstice. In fact, it's summer there now, as such. So it is the resurrection solstice. So why is it the resurrection solstice? Because after today, the sun will start to go upwards through the zodiac constellation until March, when it comes and balances off in the Pisces constellation. And then it will go upwards. Follow me. It's not going downwards. It's going upwards. Incidentally, it's going north as well. I hope you're following me. Good. But it's going upwards. There's no argument here, by the way. There's no argument here. The sun is going upwards until June. And in June, it will be in the constellation of Gemini, the mother and the father, the most northern constellation in the zodiac belt, the highest point of the zodiac belt. So what we would have just established here is that in the heavens, north is up and south is down. Celestially speaking. For example, let us look at, I'll return back to Orion, Saru. The Leo constellation, just like all animal constellations. Now, when you observe Leo, this is a very simple point, family, very simple point. When you observe Leo, the dorsal, or what you would call the back of the lion, the back, or the dorsal. So if you're going to ride the lion like how you ride a horse, well, you go on the dorsal side, the back. So the back of the lion is towards the north. In fact, let me hold on a moment. And this is why the ancient astronomy course is important. You see, in the heavens, there is a celestial north. And in the heavens, there's a celestial south. There's also a celestial equator. And in fact, this can be proven even more than the terrestrial stuff because you have a better view. You have a bird's eye view of space. You understand? That's interesting. So we can see for ourselves over the years mapping the sky. You don't have to go to school for this, eh? Take it from me. You don't have to have a degree certificate or anything. Because before we went and got certified as an archaeoastronomer, we have been mapping the heavens. You know that. This is our joy. So we understand where the sun is supposed to be at what time. Yeah, we did some reading, but in most, it's just observation really that brought this knowledge, I'm telling you, an understanding of the heavens. So I'm just saying that, yes, there's a celestial north and there's a celestial south, just like there's a terrestrial north. So there's north on earth. I believe we all agree with this. So for example, uh, Egypt is north of Ethiopia. Yes, but it's down. I know. That's not the argument. I'm just saying Egypt is north of Ethiopia. Good, very good. So in that same way, Gemini is north of Orion. Exactly. And Gemini is two individuals standing above Orion, standing above Orion. Now, if north was down and south was up, that would be a very confusing situation there. All the constellations, all the animals, their dorsal faces north. So again, here's Leo the lion. The back of Leo, the dorsal side, is facing north. The torso side, which is the belly down, legs going down, is facing south to the ground. Now, hear me good, eh? I want you to get me good. As I said at the beginning of this, I have a mystic concept that within space, quote unquote, there's no real up and down. It's a mystic thing, eh? Because in space, it's a kind of vibes. But the up and down really comes within the vacuum that we are in on the globe. In fact, this may sound strange, but the concept of the flat earth may explain that the best. The plane, there's just a plane. So you're on a plane, so you must have a down. You must have an up. But remember, we're in a vacuum too, eh? I mean, I've heard some real strange arguments. I mean, I love everyone, brother, but hey, when we're going to talk about the earth is spinning so fast and we're not flying off into space. I mean, wow. How many of you remember the video I did when I was in the jet plane? The jet plane moving, I don't even know how fast, what, hundreds, thousands of miles an hour, whatever they move. And I had a bag of cashew nut and I did a video and I threw the cashew nut up into the air and I caught it several times. Just threw it up, caught it, threw it up, caught it. Now, the philosophy of the earth spinning so fast and we're not flying off and we're not holding on to trees as if we're in a storm, a hurricane or something. If that philosophy is a sensible philosophy, then if it's supposed to be scientifically sound somewhere, when I threw the cashew nut up in the air, the cashew nut was supposed to immediately fly to the back of the plane because the plane is moving so fast. I myself should be holding on to my dear life in the plane, but why not? That's not even the speed of a car, plane. Why not? Because the plane, inside of the plane, we are, in a sense, incubated in a vacuum. That's how it is on the planet. The atmosphere, a vacuum. It's just reality. you know. So this is why I encourage ones, read. Don't just follow people's philosophy. The concept of the flat earth itself, and I don't want to stay on that, I didn't come to be on flat earth talk. But again, it is astronomy, which we would have used up to this day, up to now, I haven't heard anyone. I hear someone trying to say something, but I haven't really seen anything realistic to debunk the concept of the circumpolar constellation and stars that the global Earth creates. If not perfectly global, but you know what I'm talking about. In opposition to the different shapes. You understand? That circumpolar vibration cannot be realized on the flat earth. It just can't be. You know. Don't want to sound disrespectful, but that's why I don't even listen to the argument right now too much. And I need to see that part cleared up. The circumpolar stars, because in New Zealand, in Australia, in South America, and still in South Africa, we all seen the Southern Cross rise as a circumpolar constellation and set as a circumpolar constellation on a flat plane, a flat earth with a dome, with the balls or the pinned lights going around. That doesn't work. No, that does not nearly even start to work. Straight up, man. Come on, this is science. This is real science and understanding the azimuth of the star and altitude of the star, etc., etc. So my point here now, though, to the upside down. If we're going to use the heavens declare. I'm going to work with the heavens and observing the heavens. There's a whole story in the heavens. Now, I know many of the good brothers and sisters that believe Africa is upside down. I know you believe in the heavens, if to use the term belief, pardon me. I know you check for the constellations. You understand? Some of you say you got the Leo spirit and the King of Kings and Leo and all of that. So you check. But Leo, if Leo is a real thing, a real expression of the heavens, that means it should be upside down because it is corresponding to the concept of north being up and south being down. Leo, because its dorsal is to the celestial north and its torso is to the celestial south. Like all, not just Leo, like all the other constellations that we see in the heavens. So even if we observe Taurus, for example, look at the Taurus here on the wall of Dendara. Now, this is something someone painted, yes. All right, so it's walking on the earth. And okay, yes, good. That's the bull, Taurus. Well aligned with the Taurus on the zodiac heavens, in the heavens. So this is Taurus. This is exactly how Taurus looks as well. I can attest to this. I'm telling you, because Taurus, it's rising now, not now at this moment, but at this time, you will see it in the evening tide. It just released Jupiter not too long ago, but Jupiter is still close enough to Aldebaran, which is the eye of Taurus, one of the more beautiful stars. So Taurus is a beautiful constellation. Taurus, the left horn, is the seven sisters, which is the Hathor sisters again, which is the same cow, the same bull, everything. The cow jump over the moon. And that actually happens. This cow, Taurus, does literally jump over the moon. That's a very special event. It's a deep thing. So I know I'm saying so many things. The point I'm making is that when you see Taurus, the dorsal is to the north and the torso is to the south. So the head, the top is facing northwards and the feet are facing southwards, downwards. And again, the same thing with every other constellation. So that is why we were highlighting even Orion or Sahu, the constellation again. That's the head of Sahu, that's his shoulders, and that's his feet down here, and that's his belt. So his head is to the north, and his feet is to the south. And Gemini is above him, northwards, celestially speaking, as above, so below. So it is quite interesting now, as I said, that this is the resurrection solstice, the 21st day of December, the 22nd, the 23rd, the sun still for those 3 days, and then the sun starts to move. Now, the sun is not still in the zodiac belt, in the sense of in the constellations, but it's still in its movements because it's going south, but it kind of rests before it starts to go north, return back to the north from our plane of view. It's a deep thing, extremely deep, deep vibration. So from my perspective, I think that that highlights one of the main scientific reasons why north is up. Again, not up and down is a different concept if we're dealing with space. But if for spiritual and esoteric reasons, the elders, the ancients applied up and down to north and south, well, I would be more on the side that north is up again and south is down. Now, I would like to show you this even before we wrap up here, as it relates to Mother Africa and the highlands and that main point about, flowing out. Now, yes, the ancient Egyptians said that they got their knowledge from up the river Nile. That's what they said. Uh, in the south, I get you. But family, Ethiopia is the roof of Africa, and it is somewhat central in the eastern part. My point is that if you are in Ethiopia and you need to go northwards, you have to go down. If you are in Ethiopia and you need to go southwards, you have to go down. If you are in Ethiopia and you need to go westwards, you have to go down. I mean, I don't have to continue. So to say that because the river Nile flow down north into Egypt, that means Africa is upside down. Like that's the main point, because that is the point, eh? I don't think that is a strong enough point to hang on to that concept, especially because you see, like many new concepts or concepts, ones are very, very religious about them. They get vexed with you when you disagree. So I would encourage ones. I mean, sometimes a lot of us, we have that spirit. We just want something to fuss about, and this is a good thing to fuss about. I believe this. You don't believe? Well, the man, they don't believe it. Just fuss about it. This ain't nothing to fuss about. I hope I would have added some level of common sense to this debate, and I would definitely be engaged in the conversation for those who will be commenting, etc. Again, I'm encouraging everyone to prep yourself for the brand new magazine, Kidemi. You will be seeing it in a moment. Also, I'm encouraging everyone who have businesses that you want to advertise to the world. You definitely have until the 25th day of December, 75%, man, 75% off of all the adverts inside of the magazine. Keep them. So you definitely just have a few days to take full advantage of that. And man, even the 50% off until the end of the year, and even if you have to pay the full price, it is still worth it. That is how serious this is. But listen, remember, I'm encouraging everyone as well to make sure that you also get your copy of not copy, come on, make sure you enroll into the International Ancient Astronomy course. Very important. Those of you who are looking for a gift at this time, I know some of you still into that. It's all right. If you're gonna get, it's all right. If you're gonna get, it's all right. If you're gonna get the Ancient Astronomy course, a perfect gift. You know what is another beautiful gift? It is the ancient natal chart reading. Definitely many ones will want to understand what was taking place in the heavens when they came out of the womb of their mother. So family, give thanks. Remember, the link is in the description below. As I said, we will be definitely stepping up to Green Castle Hill, talking about the megaliths that align with the stars. In a few moments, we will be stepping up. And of course, I will be reporting to you once again. Remember, if you know your Bible and you do not know your history, the knowledge of your Bible will become a mystery. And you know, it takes some real eyes to realize the real lies that are amongst us. Give thanks. Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah Rastafari. It is blessed.
Blessed love, I am the Honorable Priest Isaac. I am an official priest within the realms of Rastafari of the Ethiopia Africa Black International Congress. I also hold a certification in the craft of archaeoastronomy from Politecnico di Milano in Italy. Our universe and its makeup has always been an intriguing subject for humankind. Astronomy is the study of everything in the universe beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomy is similar, but pays special attention to the physical and spiritual values of stars, planets, moons, and other celestial objects. It also brings in the terrestrial component, being things on an earthly plane, such as plants, human organs, and connects them to the heavenly bodies. In this course, you will learn the makeup of various planets and stars, how to locate them in the night sky, along with their associated constellations. You will also be taught about the earliest civilizations known for their astronomical comprehension, namely Kush, also known as ancient Ethiopia, Kemet, called Egypt today, the Dogons, and the Bozos, as well as the civilization of Sumer. You will also learn about black holes, their nature and origin, as well as how the ancients viewed them. Ancient astronomy is the mother of archaeoastronomy and astrotheology. Both subject areas are covered by the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Sign up today. Visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com, for more information.